Hello everyone, and welcome back to Small Rune Factory 5. In the last episodes, we kind of finished an entire dungeon in one in-game day. We got the thing to go into the dungeon, and we then went in and defeated it. All of it.
Nice. All right.
Like, immediately. But welcome to part 3 of Conversation Starters. Let's see. Okay. I think after last time we were on, what's the last movie you saw in a theater?
Oh, God. Oh, for me, it was Deadpool and Wolverine.
I know I went to a theater to see a movie somewhat recently. I cannot remember what that movie was. I say somewhat recently, it was probably a few months ago. But I remember going there, I just don't remember what we saw.
Nice. All right.
Wasn't Deadpool and Wolverine, I'll tell you that much. What are some other movies that have been released recently?
All right.
Alright.
I don't know.
What website is your biggest time suck?
All right.
Probably YouTube.
Yeah, that's...
YouTube or any webcomic where I decide randomly to just start binging it.
All right.
So, Order of the Stick. But yeah, YouTube. If I'm not recording, I usually have YouTube running.
Skill up. Yes.
Alright, what is your favorite hobby?
Gee, what do you think?
Reading?
Video games.
Oh. If you could travel through time, what time period would you visit?
Honestly, I'd probably jump forward into the future.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Go ahead in time. Hope you don't immediately die due to, I don't know, COVID-39 or something.
Oh, all right. All right.
I will say this. If it's a matter of visit, yeah, then probably I'd try to go forward in time. If it's a matter of... If I'm allowed to have preparation and stuff, I would probably try to get as much, like... I might go back in time a bit, but make sure I have, you know, currency from that time period. Because it's definitely going to be worth a lot more then. And that's more if I want to, like, stay in that time period.
Okay. Watering time.
But it's just like, I don't know
Hope it comes out okay.
really when I would actually want to be going back in time, you know?
Yeah, like, I kind of want to go forward in time to try to get some, like, future tech that's compatible with, like, nowadays stuff.
You know, I suppose the main thing would be probably a time that would be alright.
Hope it comes out
Would be
okay.
to go back to maybe like the 80s, late 70s and 80s. You know, and get in early, like in programming and stuff.
You're big and strong. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's getting hard to find jobs that, you know, actually, you know, do that now. Like, there's certainly plenty of them, but it's just like, it's stuff that I don't know yet for the most part, or it's just like most of my skill set I'm finding has kind of become less relevant.
Watering time.
Where it's just
Yeah.
like,
You're big and
it
Go
would
back
be...
to the 70s or 80s, get a job in programming just by walking in and a firm handshake.
there.
And then just...
Exactly. And of course, you know what? No
And then
matter
buy a
what,
house.
one thing that would be a good idea, go like basically withdraw my entire, savings, uh,
Go big and strong, okay?
but specifically try to get everything in like I don't know, 1940s, issued currency, and then like put it all into like a long-term savings account.
And then come back to the present.
Yeah.
Oh
Hope
yeah,
it comes out
go,
okay.
go back in time to 1993. Buy a few booster boxes of Alpha.
I hope it comes out
Come back
okay.
to
Oh.
now, sell them for, I don't know, what do they go for? 20,000? 200,000 each?
Hell, just go back to when that point when Bitcoin was really cheap.
Yep, go back in time and, like, yeah, I'd like to purchase 1,000 Bitcoins for $1,000. Cool, thanks. I'll see y'all in 20 years. What's Bitcoin now? 500, 5,000 each?
No idea. No idea.
What's the best concert you've seen?
I don't really go to concerts.
Nice.
Same.
I mean, the closest would be like to concerts like orchestra concerts, because I mean the wind spear is like really good for that. But I don't remember. I can't specifically think off the top of my head, what I've seen specifically.
Perfect, going to here.
Time to eat.
No, I died. $5:55 in the morning. Quick, I have 5 minutes. Teleport home and get back to sleep. I went to, like... Yeah, I don't really do concerts either. I went to, like, the Red Green tour. That was pretty cool. Do you root for any particular sports teams? Not really. What's the worst job you've had?
Scarlet.
I don't think I want to say, because I don't know if any of my former employers might be listening in.
I mean, doubtful, but which do you like the most, dogs or cats?
Yes, that's...
Cats?
Yeah, cats are nice. I like having a pet you can just carry around.
I mean, there are some dogs that you can do that, and there are some cats that you definitely can't do that. So...
But generally speaking, but also like with cats, if you're tired of carrying them, you can just drop them.
True.
You can't do that with a dog. I mean, you can't safely do that with a dog.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yes.
You're a kind...
Huh?
Huh.
Um.
No. No.
Yes.
Thank you. I look forward to working together.
Yeah.
Right. Time to go out to the old farmstead. Are you a morning person or do you like to stay up late, Azura? I mean, we both woke up at 4 p.m.
Yeah. Well, and also, I mean, you asked this last time.
Yep.
Nice.
Sometimes they repeat questions. What 5 albums would you take to a desert island?
I don't really listen to music albums.
Yeah. You
Like,
might be
the thing is,
old if
you know
you
what?
still listen to albums.
Yeah, exactly. But it's just like quite frankly, I mean, honestly, I remember I tried applying at a music store a few years back, and they're like, "Well, what was the last album that you bought?" And I'm just like, Jesus. Like, it had been years, not because I've been like downloading music. I mean, okay, technically I have been, but that's also because most of the stuff I've been downloading is like video game covers, like video game music, stuff that you literally cannot actually buy physical copies of, or even like digital copies of the album, because they're just not available, or they just
Yeah.
were never
I'm
made.
just I'm trying to think of the last music that I paid for, and it's been a long time. I think maybe Ellen Hardcastle by Hank Green.
Mm. Plus, also these days, I mean, most people have a like constant internet connection most of the time, and you can listen to this stuff on like online on like YouTube. The vast majority of like any album that you might listen to.
True, but it is also nice just to have music when you don't have strict internet connection. Like, say, while taking public transit.
Mm, yeah. See, that's why I just download from YouTube. I use a website to just convert it to like a video, or convert it like just directly to an
Yeah.
MP3, and that's on my phone.
Yeah, YouTube to MP4. Yep, I
Yep.
do the same
Or
a
YouTube
lot.
just to MP3, like just to get just the audio.
MP3 or MP4, depending on what I need. Yeah, I've just been downloading the actual videos lately because trying to use Discord to watch together is absolutely littered with ads.
Yes.
We don't need 5 minutes of ads every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Da-da-da. What would you do with the money if you won the lottery? So let's say after taxes and whatnot, you still have like $5 million.
Okay, well, first thing would have to do is pay off, student loans. Um, Honestly, I'd probably just hire a maid service to clean my place so I don't have to do it myself.
Wonderful.
Um,
I mean, I'd buy a house.
the thing, like, well, first of all, the thing is, $5 million for a house. Good luck.
Hey, there are houses available in Edmonton for as low as $300,000.
Yeah, and they're kind of less quality than the apartment I'm currently living in.
Hey, I saw a really nice house that was like $320K.
Is that the one that had room for 6 people?
It was the one that had like basically 4 stories.
Jesus, that's more than necessary.
It wasn't like full 4 stories, like 4 half stories, like from like the main, like you walk into the entranceway, there's like kitchen and living room, and then you can like walk up half a flight of stairs or down half a flight of stairs. So it's like up is like 3 bedrooms and a bathroom, down is like
Okay,
another living room region.
So it's basically 2 stories, but by having like 2 staggered stories,
Yeah.
it makes it feel like it's 4 separate floors.
Yes.
When really, if they just didn't have it staggered, it could just all be on 2 floors.
Yes. But yeah, 300K, maybe 500K. Get a nice house. and fix it up so it's all, you know, good. Put about 2 million in the bank to get some nice interest going. And then, yeah, just live probably in Edmonton. Oh yeah, every twice a year, whenever GDQ comes around, make sure to give generous donations.
There we go. Easy does it.
Right, perfect. And since I'm up here anyway, I might as well brush the cow.
There, there. Nice.
Do you like your job? Have you ever met anyone famous?
Have I met anyone famous? Not really. I don't think so.
Oh gosh, I was wondering why everything was so bloody quiet. Okay. I've met some people who are kind of famous in certain circles online.
All right.
I met a few popular YouTubers. How did you and your partner meet?
I think we should probably, well, we'll just say this. You look cute to boot.
Yes, you thought I was cute to boot.
Hey.
I was so nice, Chad, to message me twice.
Yeah, again, that was like a glitch in the thing where I think I hit the send button, like, twice.
Guess what?
Because it didn't look like it was going through the first time. But it turns out just the site was just slow.
What apps do you use the most?
YouTube?
The internet app?
Yeah, YouTube, Chrome, Steam.
You use the Steam app on, like, on your phone?
Oh, on your phone? Well, I'm counting, like, the app on the computer. If we're talking, like, on my phone, YouTube, Chrome, Discord.
Yep, Discord, yep. There's an app I have on my tablet that, I forget what the name is, it's like ebook reader, that I use for, you know, reading my ebooks.
I have periods of time where I use Spotify.
I almost never use Spotify.
I mean, I only use it for, like, podcasts.
Yeah.
I usually just, like, there was one I used to listen to that, you know, I mean, it ended. So, obviously, I stopped listening to it. I think... Well, the thing is, I think it ended because they literally just ran out of content to talk about. Because they were all about, like major aviation incidents. Like, not
Black
ones
Box
involving, like, hijackings or anything like that specifically, but I mean, like, stuff where, oh, there was a crash, or something went wrong, like, with, either with procedure or with, like, the hardware. But they, other than, I think, once, and I think they only did it once because it was, well, because it was, like, a significant one. Like, they mostly just avoided anything like hijackings or whatever, because that's not very interesting of figuring out, okay, what happened, why did it happen, how could it have been prevented, etc. It's just like, yeah, it could have been prevented if I don't know, security had been better at the time. Or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's just like...
What happened? Well, the plane was hijacked.
But, so it's just like, I think they literally just ran out of, like, you know, incidents. So it's that, other than just, like, hijacking, so it's just like, well...
Yeah, did they just switch everything to talk about hijacking, or did they just stop? Like...
I think their last episode was, like, the future of aviation. Because the whole thing of, like, about, like, the whole podcast and the stuff that interested them is what changed in the industry as a result of, you know, these incidents. And, yeah, and what were the consequences, etc. And, you know, of course, because they didn't really cover hijack, I think, yeah, like I said, they only did one of them, and it wasn't 9/11 because everyone knows about 9/11. And the thing is, like, the reason 9/11 happened was basically because of, like, a policy, more or less policy within the aviation industry at the time, is that if there's a hijacker, it's, like, the procedure is to basically just go along with their demands, like, and fight as little as possible, because, you know, if they don't get what they want, they're likely to harm other passengers. So the idea is just give them what they want so that it's, you know, no one gets hurt. The whole idea that they would intentionally crash the plane just wasn't in their minds, like, didn't even seem like a possibility. However, here's the thing. The one hijacking that they did cover was basically that. The people that tried, you know, taking over the plane basically wanted the plane to basically just kind of fly out over the ocean and run out of fuel so it crashes in the ocean. So it just makes it interesting that even though that incident had already happened before, you know, 9/11, the aviation industry didn't, you know, account for that yet.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff surrounding 9/11.
Yeah, and
I'm
I
sure
don't
you've
want
heard
to
of
get
the
into...
conspiracy stories.
Yeah, I don't want to get into any, like, the conspiracy theory story stuff about that. But it's just like... But basically, yeah, like, September 12th, you know, that year, and from then on, there will never again be an incident like that, simply because the policy straight up changed from then to, yeah, the pilots just do not let anyone into the cockpit, and quite frankly, if this means that the hijackers take out everyone else on board, oh well.
So be it.
So be it. It's like, and in a way, it sounds cold, and it sounds like it's more a matter of, you know what? What just matters is keep the employees and the equipment, you know, and make sure they get, you know, they land. But who cares about the paying customers? And which, you know, can sound very cold and capitalistic, but it's also just a matter of, you know what?
All right.
Yeah, it's just like they can't risk.
All right.
You know,
Yes.
you know, again, it may be cold, but it's better if the plane and some people on board survive than risking nobody survive.
Guess what?
Yeah,
you know?
because, like, it's not like... Yeah. The options are either everybody dies or most people die, and it's like...
Yeah, and that...
You don't really have a choice there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, when it's a matter of... Well, and the thing is, it's not even, you know... Like, I'm sure there's people who probably wanted to try doing, like, you know, the old-style hijacking, where it's just like, yeah, I want this and this, or just take me here, or, you know, some stupid stuff like that. But, obviously they're not going to get anywhere, and it's not really going to end up being an issue, because they wouldn't have really had any intentions of ooh, I'm gonna kill everyone on board if you don't follow my demands. I'm sure those situations are very few and far between. But yeah, it's more a matter of worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, if you don't let them in, I mean, unless they've managed to somehow bring on board enough to, like, actually physically damage the plane, I mean, worst case scenarios, everyone except, you know, everyone in the cockpit, could die. Worst case scenario, if you do let the hijackers into the cockpit and take over,
Yeah,
everyone could die. And the plane could be destroyed.
Yeah. It's still kind of crazy to me that because of, like, one major incident more than 20 years ago, like, we still have I'd say excessive amounts of airport security.
Well, and the thing is, it's just like, most of those security, you know, efforts aren't, like, don't really matter. Like, and they've done, like, tests, you know, of, like, not...
To see, like...
I don't think it's just a matter of, oh, we just don't hear about the ones they actually stop. Because, you know, why would we? But at the same time, like, just with the way that it's all in your face with everything, it's just like... But again, they've also done, like, tests where they've tried, you know, having people come through, trying to smuggle things through security and all that. Yeah. The security stuff isn't actually catching anybody.
Yeah, it's like, okay. Oh, make sure you don't have water with you before you go through security, because we think it, like, the liquid might actually be, like, what, nitroglycerin? And not actually be water, and you could use it, like, as a bomb. Oh, and make sure you don't have nail clippers, because they have a little tiny little knife-like thing on them.
You know, I have a funny thing I heard.
I had my mayonnaise confiscated. I think last time I went on a plane. Not last time, but... Because I had some stuff for, like, making sandwiches, including, like, an almost empty thing of mayonnaise, and they had to confiscate that.
I have a thing I heard about there was a prisoner, like, from a prison who had to be transferred to a different one. I think it was a prisoner who was supposed to be in, like, witness protection or something like that. Well, not witness protection, but whatever. He was found out, like, in the prison he was currently in, so
yeah.
For his safety, he had to be moved to a different one. But he was still in, like, a, you know, at least medium security prison, if not, you know, max. So he had to be, like, escorted by, like, you know, prison guard armed. So they take him, like, to the airport, and, you know, like, they're going through, like, the security check, and, like, and this guy, the security guard, is, you know, like, you know, showing, like, the person, you know, checking him through customs, security, whatever, is aware he has a gun. He has a loaded gun. And given the circumstances, like, you know, he's being allowed through it because, yeah, he needs to be an armed guard. And they get mad at him for having nail clippers in his bag.
Like, at that point, it's like, really? What is he going to do with nail clippers? Oh no, someone might take the nail clippers and do something. Why? Okay,
like,
major question. Why are nail clippers forbidden on planes?
You know what? I'm gonna look this up. I bet you, like, there must have been
everyone keeps mentioning this, but why? Is it because of the little knife-like thing? The cuticle cleaner that someone uses at the time. Because I am absolutely certain that if someone really wanted to, they could smuggle in a bigger knife than that onto a plane. I'm pretty sure after you go through security, you could buy a knife. And it's like, I don't want to be caught saying all this stuff because I am planning on going on a plane in a few weeks. But also,
Okay.
Yeah, it's the blade. Like, I'm seeing a story here. Someone who passed security with nail clippers soon after 9/11. There was a small blade attached to the clippers. The TSA agent simply took the clippers, broke off the small blade, and gave them back. Yeah, let's see. Theory is that the file portion could be used as a weapon, or the clipping part could be used to cut into the plastic liner and gain access to electrical wires, which could then be cut. But it's just like, but, again, with the thought is, if you're good enough to take over an airplane with a pair of nail clippers, you're good enough to take over an airplane without them. So what's the point of taking them?
Oh, you can't have nail clippers because they have a small, dull blade on there. Are people not allowed to have, like fancy manicures? What if their nails are sharp enough to be used as razors?
Yeah.
Or do they have to clip their... Is that why TSA always confiscates the nail clippers? Is to clip people's manicures off? No, you have to have short nails if you want to be on the plane. We don't want you to try to get access to the wires.
You rang? Welcome!
Oh my gosh, Charm Blue.
Yeah, it
Looking forward
is.
to your continued come again.
But yeah, generally speaking, it's called security theater.
They put on a big show about doing security so people think that they are safe.
Although, here's the thing, admittedly, at least stuff as of 6 years ago, nail clippers aren't supposed to be taken away, but a particular TSA agent could just act like a jerk and seize them for the sake of it. It's just like...
Woohoo! My day is made!
Yeah, I still remember going through security after my surgery, walking through the airport because they didn't have like a wheelchair for me available like they were supposed to, so I had to walk through this big old airport like a week, maybe 2 weeks post-surgery. Really tired. Get through the security, like my carry-on bag was literally like a grocery bag. And it's like, oh yeah, can't let you have this mayonnaise because it's like a liquid, can't let you have liquids. I'm like, okay, like, buddy, as long as I can have my medical supplies and like electronics, take whatever you think you need.
Okay, here's an interesting thing I'm seeing, like, this is... It also matters between what country. And the thing is, the US in particular is extremely restricted. Basically, here's what it is for Canada. Nail clippers are allowed in carry-on baggage with a blade of 6 centimeters or less. They are permitted when flying within Canada or to an international non-US destination. Knives of any type or length are not permitted in your carry-on flights to the US. So if you're just flying within Canada, like, when you're flying to Vancouver, you can bring nail clippers. You are allowed. However, if you had to fly, have a, layover or layaway, whatever, somewhere in the US on the way, ooh, yeah, you probably can't bring it.
Imagine booking a flight to like somewhere close to the border, like Vancouver.
Yeah.
But they have to like make an emergency stopover in the States for whatever reason, and suddenly get arrested for having nail clippers. It's like, I wasn't trying to bring them to the States. I wasn't supposed to come here.
My stars!
Like, I'm not sure what exact situation would wind up happening to make the, like, pilots decide that the best course of action is to cross the border, because that could be a big issue for other people as well.
Yes.
Off to work. Have fun.
Like, yeah, what? I was just going to Vancouver. I didn't bring my passport.
Exactly. Oh, oof.
Why should I brought my passport? I wasn't going to Vancouver.
Working hard.
I'm pretty sure that that really wouldn't ever happen.
Welcome.
However, like that's because Canada, like there shouldn't ever be a within Canada flight that needs to go through the U.S. But a flight, say from Alaska to
Yep.
say anywhere in the U.S.
Yep.
could potentially have
Have
a
to stop in
stop they
Canada.
have to make in Canada. Potentially. So it's something they might need to be aware of.
I still remember, I used to watch the show, was it like Border Security, whatever?
Yeah.
And it was mostly the Canada-US border. And there's this one part where, like, a family was driving from the continental US to Alaska. But of course, you have to drive through Canada to do that. And the guy had a thing that, like, couldn't be brought legally into Canada. But it's like, I just want to, like, I'm just going right into Alaska, but it's like, of course, border security can't trust that you're actually just going to do that.
Thank you for your business. Do come again.
Sorry, still me. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's just a silly situation with the fact that, the US owns a state that is, directly on the opposite side of another country. Like, at least with Greenland, which of course is, like, owned by Denmark, it's just across the ocean. There isn't a nation in between.
Or like continental United States with Hawaii.
Are there
Just
any
across-
countries between the continental US and Hawaii?
I didn't think so.
I have no idea. Honestly, I don't actually know where Hawaii is actually physically located, other than somewhere in the Pacific.
Right, that's I need you.
It at least seems plausible there could be, some other tropical island nation, but I don't specifically know of any.
Yeah, Hawaii.
As in that isn't like a part of the US. Oh, that said, I learned something interesting
Uh-oh.
the other day. I remember seeing like a question asked somewhere of, well, how long did it take, for, the colonists in, America to lose their British accent? Because very obviously, Britain and the United States have definitely very different accents. But, a lot of the colonists, initial colonists, like, to America, were from Britain. Here's the thing. They never did. Britain's,
Britain changed.
is what changed. But American accents are actually basically apparently fairly close to what the British accent used to be. And, in fact, apparently it's, often said that, like Shakespeare would have been originally performed in an accent very close to what currently is in the United States.
Wonderful.
And apparently it sounds better in, American accent than in current day British.
I mean, wasn't that just, what, West Side Story?
No, I mean, like, straight up, full on, like, all of Shakespeare. It would have been performed in,
Yes.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
But and here's the thing, the way that the general British accent has changed was because apparently what we currently think of, like, as, how we think of, like, a British accent, was basically an accent, specifically of like the upper class and the wealthy in like 19th century Britain, and so it kind of spread, and so yeah, basically it's how the wealthy behaved in the 1800s. So that slowly became the norm.
Um, wait, we had this question already. Who is your biggest role model? We had. What's your best memory from childhood?
Didn't we have that one too?
Probably. Where do you want to be in 10 years?
Alive.
Cool. What's your definition of success?
Alive.
Cool. What's your personal motto?
Alive.
Staying alive. Staying alive.
Still alive. Still alive. No. Yeah. I don't know. Don't really have a personal motto.
Yeah, I've tried to toy around with having one, but never really kept
There
it.
you go.
Oh,
That which
right,
does-
no. No, I have a motto. What am I talking about?
No, you have a catchphrase.
I'm feeling confident.
Yeah. That's your catchphrase. That's not a motto. Also, I love how as soon as you said that you think you did, I knew exactly what phrase you were talking about. And that's why I immediately started protesting before you even said it.
Yeah. Sounds like someone was feeling rather... Oh my gosh, I ninja'd that right there. Sounds like someone is feeling confident. What one day would you choose to live over in your life?
Can I change the events and thus affect my history, or does it have to be exactly how it played out?
It doesn't say that you can't do that. Yeah, I was
think
thinking like...
regardless of the context, even though it would be different answers, I don't think it's content that should be on your channel.
See, I was thinking like someday in my like young childhood, like age 5, age 6, to like tell my parents then all of the being trans, have autism, blah blah blah, all of that stuff,
All right.
and just basically spend an entire day like, look, I'm not gonna remember this stuff tomorrow. It's like, message from the future, blah blah blah. Here's all of this stuff. Please listen to me. And then, you know,
You're big and strong, okay?
you know, try to start all that stuff from a young enough age. Wait a second, don't I have a second farm dragon? Yeah, I have a second farm dragon. Why don't I go and farm on it? To try to get a head start on all of that several years early and thus wind up being a different person.
Interesting thought.
It's kind of strange to think about. What advice would you give to your 18-year-old self? Get on Aish. I think age... Not too sure if I... Maybe. Might have been. Maybe? Not sure. if at that age I had already started trying. Wait, is the store closed? What? But why is the store closed?
What time is it in-game?
2 p.m.?
Is there an event going on today?
No. But it's
The
the
people
weekend,
who
and
are-
the store closes at 1:30 on weekends.
Uh-oh.
Whatever, I have turnip seeds. I'm going to plant a whole bunch of turnip seeds on the fire dragon.
Rar.
I might not have enough, but I have like 100.
You might not have enough, but isn't the plot of land 8 by 8?
Not on the fire dragon. On the farm dragons, it starts off bigger.
I thought you said they start off small and get bigger.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this starts off as 8 by 12.
Ooh!
Extra
Well, luckily
50%
that's
size.
Well, luckily that's 96. So if you have 100, you have more than enough.
Yeah. I should have enough. Is there a lesson that you had to learn the hard way?
Well, I went to jail, so that tells you the answer right there.
What did you want to be when you grew up?
Here's the thing. I've talked about this before. I don't know if I've talked about it on your videos, but for no reason that I can discern, I specifically thought I was not going to make it past 18. I thought I was going to die. And I have no reason that I can discern why I thought that. So I was kind of like a fish out of water when I was just like, huh, I survived. I'm here. Well, what now?
I wanted to make video games. Well, potentially be a teacher. But
I mean,
wanted
honestly,
to make
I want
video
to make
games.
video games well, and that is what I eventually went to university for. However, as I, if I were to go back in time, and just kind of make different decisions, or just, live out my life from that point, I might go back to when I started going to, actually started going to university and, to start actually, learning game programming and stuff like that. Because as I found when I graduated, if I graduated at the time when I started taking these courses, yeah, there would have been, jobs for me. Yeah, but by the time I graduated, the market was kind of not really looking to hire game programmers at that time. So I basically had bad timing.
Yeah. I found myself wondering, is there a, surely there is. Is there a survivor-based video game? Maybe you're given a character, maybe you get to make your character. You have to do little, challenges. You get one chance at doing them. And then that determines if, someone on your team gets voted off or someone on the other team. And you can, cast your vote,
I'm sure
but...
there are for video games, yes. Just like all the game show video games, I'm certain there's a Survivor video game.
I have Wheel of Fortune for N64.
Wheel! Up!
Fortune!
Wheel! Yeah, I can't watch that show anymore because Pat Sajak is gone, and he's replaced by Ryan Seacrest, of all people.
Right. Nice.
Like, he used to be, like, I don't know, involved in some way, but I don't remember exactly what his role was supposed to be in American Idol. It seemed like he was the sort of, like, the host of, like, the stuff that actually goes on stage. But that's about it. And it's just, like, he basically doesn't really have a personality. At least nothing that really shows through on TV.
Wow.
Yes.
So it's just like, I'm sorry, it just feels... maybe I just need to give it time, give him a chance. Because it took a while, in my opinion, for Drew Carey to kind of really start to come into his own in with Price is Right. Although, to be honest, again, he still feels a little out of place for me. At least with Jeopardy, between Ken Jennings and Mayan Bialik, they're not trying to just be Alex Trebek, but they also have, personalities. And it's just like, okay, great. That works. They have enough personality, but they, know how far to really express themselves and, and not, when they're hosting a, quiz show. So it's just like, they're doing the role of, that job. They can never replace Alex Trebek, but they don't need to. These other ones, it's just like, yeah, Drew Carey is he's doing all right, but yeah, Wheel of Fortune without Pat Sajak is just gonna be weird, especially since they also kept Vanna White. So it's just like, I'm sorry, like I know she wasn't there when Pat Sajak started, but it has basically been the duo of the two of them.
Time to eat.
And now,
There.
I don't know. It just doesn't feel right, with having having Ryan Seacrest be the new guy partnered with Vanna. What I think should have happened is Vanna should have been able to step up as, like, the main host and have Ryan Seacrest be the guy who has to go back and forth and press the buttons on the screen to make the letters show up. That would make more sense to me.
I'd agree with that, only if he also still has to wear the dresses.
Go. There you go.
Eh.
Take that.
Not if he has to, but if he chose to, I would support it. But yeah, I just think, I don't know.
There. Skill up. Delicious. There.
Okay, What's your best quality?
There you go. Take that.
Well, obviously my stunning good looks. I mean, that's what you fell in love with.
Take that.
No, I'd say my best quality is probably my sense of humor.
I thought you were doing a bit where you were like, wait 15 seconds, and then you're gonna say, timing!
Oh, no, I waited because I was muted because I'm, wiping my ass.
I am still recording.
I know!
Not that specifically, but...
And I'm still in the bathroom.
I mean, I'd probably say something like my creativity. I can be a very creative person.
I mean, Okay, I agree that you are, but I just want you to take a step back and think about what exactly you're doing in this video. You are doing a playthrough of a game you've already played, doing a challenge
There you
that
go.
you've already done in 4 other games in the series.
Easy does it.
Yes.
Easy does it. Easy does it.
A challenge
Easy
that
does
I
it.
had made up.
Here we go.
I'm just saying,
Here we go. Here we
in this
go.
particular instance,
Here we go.
I'm sorry, you're
Go. Here
not
we
really
go.
doing anything new,
Here we go.
because it's stuff you have already done before.
Actually, strictly speaking, the watering can only challenge in this game actually is rather different than how it is in the other Rune Factory games.
Yeah, because of stuff you've told me, it's easier.
Yes.
I have an important question, because the whole basis of this was basically to do like the equivalent of like a monk playthrough, where you just don't use weapons, and you're using a watering can because you needed to use something to attack.
Yes.
Can you attack without any tool equipped?
No. If you
Not
don't
even
have
in
a
this-
tool...
Not even in Rune Factory 5?
Yeah, I've tested it. If you don't have anything equipped and you try to attack, the character just does nothing.
Okay. And was the reason you picked the watering can because that's the weakest tool?
Yes.
Now, here's an important question,
Ouch. I'll be fine.
because I know that at least one of the previous ones...
Azura? Azura?
What?
Please mute yourself on one device.
Well, I don't remember what I was saying now, so okay.
Well, sorry, I was hearing you doubled.
Okay.
Alright, you were saying something about monk playthrough. Can you do it without a tool at all? Chose the watering
Oh,
can
right.
because it's the weakest
Important
tool.
question. Because I know you've gone and upgraded the watering cans in previous games. Does the upgraded watering can do more damage?
It does, yeah. So technically, if I wanted it to be, like, as nothing as possible, I would just keep a, like, non-upgraded zero-tier watering can and just use that as a weapon. Technically
Gotcha.
speaking. However,
Alright,
similar
how many of
to...
these can you make?
How many can I make? Technically, I could make 62.
I mean, without knocking yourself out.
I could make 62 of these. Each one requires 10 rune points. I have a maximum of 620. As long as I don't use more than my maximum amount of rune points in one action, it'll only take out a quarter of my max health. So I can make 62 at once, and only lose like 203 hit points.
Okay.
However, they don't stack. So I only have room for 50 in my inventory. Oh, and I already have a whole bunch just in storage anyway.
Oh, Claire. Silly Claire.
Eat.
Time to eat.
Yeah, so... Yeah, not having any extra people around because... other than specifically one section of Rune Factory 5, you can go through the entire of, I think, every Rune Factory game without ever actually attacking, as long as you have townsfolk around, because you can level up, well, I think maybe not Rune Factory 1, I don't know if you can recruit people in Rune Factory 1. I'm not sure if you can in 2, but I think you can. But at least Rune Factory 3, 4, and 5, again, other than one specific section of Rune Factory 5, you can just simply recruit people and have them do all the attacking for you. Notably, Rune Factory 4, there's a person in town that you can recruit even without making them your friend first, who will actually automatically join your party the first time you leave the town. So you can, day one, I think as long as you're not playing on a hard difficulty, leave town, have her be auto-recruited, go to the first dungeon, and have her full clear it for you. You don't actually have to, like, do any fighting yourself. So, for the most part, it should be possible to beat certain Rune Factory games without ever actually fighting, if you just do that, which is why I've not allowed it for this challenge, because that would make it, you know, too easy. Because about my stats, I just need to get the townsfolk. Likewise, upgrading the watering can, like leveling it up, you can give it all sorts of great abilities. If you do it properly. So which is why I've also disallowed that. I've allowed upgrading skills, and upgrading levels, and using food. But also no magic. Even healing magic. Sometimes monks do have the ability to auto-heal, or to heal themselves. Sometimes they don't.
All right. All right.
And of course, I allow the use of other tools for their purposes. And I have allowed myself to use weapons on non-enemies.
Nice.
Up to the point of getting at least one level with them, because you have to have one level of each skill in order to level it up by farming. Otherwise, the skill stays at 0, and if you have all of your weapon skills stuck at 0, there are some things that you literally just cannot do flat out, period. And in addition, that's a lot of stats that you miss out on by leaving them at 0. And for these Rune Factory challenges, it's most effective to be using, to use farming methods to get extra skill points, just because you can get a lot of skills and just flat stat bonuses just from farming. And considering that the game has, you know, farming as one of its 2 main components, it'd feel weird to play like a Rune Factory game and not do farming.
All right.
In addition to actually being impossible in some Rune Factory games.
Nice.
Right, and I just want to try to clear up this little plot of field as much as I can get away with.
Yes. All right.
Before ending this episode.
Nice. 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 All right.
Have you? Let's see, can I ask one more quick little thing? What is the next one? What would you most like to change about yourself if you could? My assigned gender at birth.
Yeah, understandable.
Oh, wasn't looking at the game for a moment. Started losing health. But I'll be fine.
All right. All right. Yes.
Alright, this field very much cleaned up now. And there we go.
Yes.
Perfectly neat and tidy, just as it should be. Okay.
Yes! All right! All right! Yes! Nice! All right!
Yeah, the sooner I finish doing all these recordings that I quote-unquote have to do before I leave,
Time to
the
eat!
sooner I can get to cleaning up my apartment and packing for the trip. Whoa, that's kind of weird to see. The seeds are slightly the shadows of the seeds are overlaid above the button prompt. Do you see that?
Say that again?
The shadows of the seeds are overlaid above the button prompt.
What? That's weird.
Are you seeing that?
Yeah, I'm seeing it, yeah.
Why are the shadows overlaid above? What is this anime-esque stuff?
Nice! All right!
I'm going to... Okay, health 165, but if I kill this, the health goes to 205. That's decent. Growth rate 0% though. Oh, that would explain why that's not doing so good. I need to get some formula. I need to get some Formula A on these fields immediately. Alright, how do I make... Right, withered grass, blue grass, black grass. I can get blue. But I don't think I can get black grass until winter. Spoil location. Oh no, wait, maybe I can actually get it. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I know I should end the video. Just hold on. Alright. Withered grass. Blue grass. That would cost a bit extra points, so let's go. Oh, do I not have... I do have some.
Time to eat!
232 exactly. I have just enough to make one of this. Withered grass, blue grass, black grass. One Formula A. That would now only cost 58 instead. Do I actually have extra? I don't. I have Formula B. Formula B sounds useful here. Well, I guess I know what I have to start doing now. Or maybe just in the next episode if I remember to do so. Throw all of this in.
Delicious!
That gives 105. Oh. Yeah, withered grass, very useful. Weeds, not as useful. Oh, that costs 174 because I'm under-leveled.
Time to eat!
Of course it does.
Time to eat! Time to eat! to eat. Time to eat.
These tables are machines that can turn turnips into more energy. Okay, now that I'm level 29, this should be nice. Oh, out of the black grass, of course I am. Okay, since I'm here anyway, don't use the recipe. Where's that stuff? Okay, let's just use a bunch of scrap metal here. See, in previous Rune Factory games, you gain, like, experience even if you fail the recipe. In here, you don't. Alright. So if you look at this, growth rate... Okay, that one is 0%, but the rest of them are not very good.
I hope it comes out okay.
Oh no, the growth rate, right, growth speed, that's what I need, duh. Growth speed times 2.3.
How are you growing?
2.8.
There we go. I hope it comes out okay.
Right. 3.8.
There we
Do
go.
this 2 more
I hope
times, make
comes
it
out okay.
4.8 times. But the health is now low. If the health reaches 0, then that's kind of bad. I'll just get one of these. Pick it up, put it down, till it, health goes up. Everything is better now. Go back to base, save game, and be done with this episode. Even though I'm sure there's going to be a lot more in the coming days. And we're not done with these conversation starter questions yet. Wink.